We are about to head out on the Turkey Hunt 2025. I'm so excited for this trip, guys. You have no idea. So can't wait to bring you guys along, kill some birds. Just have been loading up the truck. And as you can see, it is nasty weather out there. Hope it is different down south a little bit. Alright, y'all, we have made it out. Just figured we'd pull off here. It's been driving for a while. Call around, I've been collecting a little bit. Just nothing close, at least nothing responded. But it's like some great country, and we're just gonna explore around a little bit. And it's kind of snowing, actually. I don't know if you guys can see that. See if we can find some gobblers, and then we'll set up camp and see. Maybe we'll go out tonight and try and get some. Kind of depends on daylight, but for sure in the morning. And what do you know, right after filming that last clip, we drove literally half a mile up the road, and right here was a hen standing right in the middle of the road we were going up. This was a great start to the trip and got the hopes up a ton. We set up camp just up from this. Here's another clip of that hen that just kind of walked off in the bushes. And yeah, it was a beautiful, great sized hen. It was a big hen, and kind of started the trip off great. Went up, set up camp, but we did not go out and hunt that night. So here's some campfire clips. What's up, guys? It is bright and early. It's brighter than we thought it would be this time, but it's still early and it's freezing. Put up the screenshot. It's 31 degrees and it says it feels like 26. Weather reports did not call for that cold. It called for cold, but not that cold. Anyways, I'm pretty low. I've got like 50 layers on. My dad's got everything. Probably. He's freezing. But we're out here. There's camp is back there. Truck's here. Campfire's there. We're heading down the path a little bit for the hunt. Kind of by, if you guys can see those taller pines right over the top of those. That's where we're gonna hunt. So we're gonna get a little bit of oatmeal real quick and then get hunting. Guys, we are out here. We just shed a bunch of layers because it's now warmed up. It is about 10:15 right now. Then 2, 3 or 4 locations. I forgot my camera in the truck a couple times, so I haven't been able to film everything. I've got some clips, as you've probably seen, but we are out here. It's a little bit windy, which makes it kind of hard to hear, but we're just over here where there's kind of some drainage, but nothing, no turkeys. We followed it for a while. Anyways, we're going back up to where the little runoff stream is, near where we saw that hen last time. I'm just gonna kind of follow that down through that drainage and hope to hear some gobbles. Can't tell them a turkey, but I'll hold in a guy. Alright, that sums up day one. Morale was a little low. Didn't see much. We drove over to a different spot and saw 2 hens right in the evening. We're not able to find them or any toms. I had an idea on where to go for day 2. Alright guys, so I know that last kind of day was kind of real short. I'm gonna just break it down for you. Try and make it quick, not bore you guys. But so that day, we hiked up this ridge, hunted it for like 4 hours, didn't hear a thing. I was like completely like, we're not gonna hear or see anything. I was just kind of in that headspace, and so just kind of gave up filming and kind of recording it. And then all of a sudden we heard that gobbler. We heard that guy, so we ran over to him real quick, and then once we got there, we set up, called him right in. He hung up at like 70 yards. Wasn't able to get a shot. It was super kind of thick. It was like this, but with like a lane. So there was like a lane, you could see him, but there's no way I was getting a shot through there. But it was super cool. So I'm strutting. And then all of a sudden he spooked off. I don't know what he saw, but he saw something and he spooked off. Anyways, that was basically the end of the trip. After that, we heard him for a couple more hours and then nothing. So that was pretty disappointing. And then we went out the next morning for a few hours, but didn't hear or see anything. So just kind of gave up filming that, and then we headed out. But season was far from over. So once we got back home, I did not give up, and I was gonna keep hunting until the last day of the season. So here's the next day from when we got back home. Here's the next day hunting. Pause. So before, I thought these were all hens. Like when they were walking in the field, when I spooked them at the beginning, thought they were hens. I went up and set up, and I thought I was just hearing little hen clucks and little cuts and whatnot. But looking back, I all of a sudden sat there once that bird kind of walked off, and I sat there, and then it started making these weird, that wasn't like a cluck or a cut or a purr or anything like that. It was almost like a gobble, but it wasn't. And I was like, what in the world is this? So I just started doing a ton of research while I was just sitting there on my phone. I was searching all this stuff up and researching like what like a jake is more like, because I looked at her and she looked a little different. So this is very crucial because I started researching what the difference between a jake and a hen would be from like a distance and whatnot. And I found out that these noises, which I think you're gonna hear soon, it sounded like a jake gobble. And then I was like, and I tried to find it. I never could find the bird again or call it in. It kind of walked off. But it starts to get interesting, and this is really crucial that I figured out all these differences between a hen and a jake, all these differences on what a jake versus a hen look like in their head, in their calls, and their noises and everything, and it's super crucial for the next part here. you serious? Are you serious? Two Toms. You hear that? Let me look at the map, see if I can get it somewhere. You're kidding. You're kidding. The public land is like 200 yards up. There's a Jake and a Tom. This is Tom. This is the Jake. And a Tom. You're kidding. He's strapping Rose lawn. Alright, so here's my plan. I've just spotted a Tom and a Jake. I passed them when I was coming up the hill. The spot I was planning on going to wasn't what I thought it was, so I was coming back down. I just passed them now again, but they were going up higher. So then they're just below the public land. So I'm gonna try and get on the public land and call them up to it, because they're heading that way, and I'm really hoping they're kind of coming this way. So I'll keep you updated. Okay, this is really crucial. So right over here, I'm about to show you, there's a hen that came in right to the left of these aspens, and following that hen, which I don't see right now when recording this clip, but I saw it about a few minutes later when they were just walking up to the left, there's a Jake right behind her following her. So they walked straight up to my left. I was able to flip around and stand up without spooking them using that tree as cover. I saw this beard on the Jake, so that means it's a legal bird. I stoned him! 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 It's a Jake! I stoned him! I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking. Alright guys, I still cannot believe what just happened. Let me give you the rundown, because a lot went on. So we went out in the woods, right? We go out there, I got to a spot, it was great open meadow, right? And I thought, man, this is a perfect spot, like, it'd be great. That's what I scouted on the map, and I thought, yeah, I want to try and go there. I didn't have much down there. I kind of saw a Jake, but didn't get a shot on him. I'm not sure too what you guys are seeing, so I'll hop in when I'm editing and kind of fill you in. Anyways, I get out there, and I'm sitting there, I'm calling. I don't hear anything. I go, maybe this isn't gonna be so great after all. It's kind of secluded, not by much. It's super thick around. And then I kind of hear a couple things, and I was like, oh, it almost sounds like a couple purrs or a couple yelps or something. And then, but I was like, yeah, and then I end up turning to my left. I was set up this way, and I turned this way, and like right that direction, I see a hen, and it just sits there and stares at me for like 5-10 minutes. Like, we were just staring at each other for a while. I got a video of it. You guys should have seen that. If not, I'll show it now. And then, all of a sudden, the hen kind of ducked behind a bush and was walking that way. And so because I was seated like this, looking this way, and so I decided I crouched down behind the thing I was using for a blind, the tree. I crouched down, flipped around with the gun, and I look up, and then the hen comes out, and then what you know, another head comes out, and I go, that doesn't look like a hen, that looks like a Jake. So he comes out, and I go, oh my gosh. I couldn't see, but I go, I think that's a Jake. And then he kind of turned, and then he saw me, because then I stood up real slow, and I was kind of hidden by the tree, kind of not, but I stood up real slow, and I saw him, and we were just looking at each other. I was still as a post, like I did not move, and I think that's why he didn't spook off. And they were both kind of sitting there, and then he decided kind of walk up. I was really hoping he'd walk up there, basically, because then I had a window there. There was some brush. There's no way I was getting the shot off. He walks up there through the window eventually, walks up there. I see he's got the teeniest beard you've ever seen. I see it. I go, oh my gosh, that's a beard. I'm on him. Bang! Smoked him. He flapped around a little bit. Kind of went down the hill just a smidge. Sit there, laying dead. We got this thing, baby. 2025. Bearded turkey season, baby. The littlest beard you've ever seen, maybe. That thing is itty bitty, but hey, it's a beard nonetheless. It's got a beautiful fan on him. I'll set you guys up and we'll get some shots. Look at that fan. The fan is in perfect condition.
And like I said, guys, this is my first turkey, so I am beyond stoked. Got beautiful wings. Looks like a stray BB caught him in this wing here. But just a beautiful bird. Y'all are gonna love the spurs on him. Look at these studly spurs, huh? Beautiful. That is just a dinosaur. Incredible. I'm gonna get some pictures. Cue the B-roll. Well, that, guys, is a wrap on the 2025 spring turkey season out here in Utah. It was a blast, guys. I'm so happy I was able to get that bird. Really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching the video. If you watched the video all the way this far, thank you. If you like what you see and you enjoyed the video, I'd love if you subscribe, but just thanks again for watching. Turkey was awesome. I made both breasts into jerky. It was great, and then we just smoked up the drumsticks and legs. So that was awesome. Great experience. I will be turkey hunting again, hopefully in the fall here, and then for sure next season. And so, yeah, like I said, super stoked. It was a great time, great video, and can't wait for next season. But thank you guys again for sticking around. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.